So hello students and welcome again to Mehta PG College online study portal. And today in this video, this is the lecture second recorded for BSc first year physics, paper first mechanics and for English medium students and for the first unit. So today in this lecture we will talk about the coordinate transformation. Yes, we are enhancing further our knowledge with the transformation of coordinates. Within the transformation of coordinates, we will talk about certain aspects, saying the transformation of position, then somewhat the transformation of velocity, and somewhere within all these we will talk about the transformation of acceleration, then the transformation of force, and for the last time we will justify all the Newton's law of motion. So without wasting any time, let's get started with the video. Before starting the video, I would like you to remind that we have talked about frames of reference in the previous lecture. I mean saying previous lecture means the lecture first. If you hadn't watched the video yet, then please go and check that video out. Then this video will be pretty much easier for you to understand, otherwise there will certainly some complications for you. So let's start here. First of all, what is a coordinate? Okay, we are starting from the basics. If you don't want to go through the basics, then you can skip this part of the video. What is the coordinates? Every time when we are supposed to represent any point in free space, then we used to go through such type of representation, and this particular representation is called the coordinate representation. Yes, we have three coordinates here, saying the axis x-axis, the y-axis and z-axis. All these three axes which are perpendicular to each other. Here you see the x-axis is along the length of the board, the y-axis is along the width of the board, and the z-axis is perpendicular to them. It has some direction somewhat to u, up to u. Okay, so all these axes come together and forms a coordinate representation. This is the coordinate representation here. What kind of coordinates are these? Let me justify that these are the Cartesian coordinates. Cartesian coordinates are the basics of the coordinate system. Whenever we talk about the coordinate system and then we think what the first image came to our mind is that we are considering all these three axes. Okay. This time when we talked about the frames of reference within our previous lecture, then I said the combination you have all the three axes, saying this is as a frame of reference. Yes, I would like to take it as a frame of reference. Yes, it will be a frame of reference. Saying, for example, let's say this is our primary frame, and I would like to denote it with the symbol S here, and then we will go for a secondary frame also, saying that let's say we have a secondary frame here. Yes, that could be the secondary frame somewhere, having the axis saying the x dash, the y dash, and the z axis, for example, saying as the z dash. Yes, this is the origin O dash. Okay, and let's say this is the frame of reference S dash, because this is our secondary frame. And now we are going through the coordinate transformation. Yes, we will transform the coordinates from the first frame, our primary frame S, to the secondary frame S dash. We have two frames of reference here. First one is the primary frame saying S, and the second one is the secondary frame of reference, which is denoted by the symbol S dash here. So now we will go for a projection of some point, saying let's say here is somewhere it exists. Let's say this is a point P which exists in a free space. This point doesn't belongs to any one of these frame, but it belongs to a free space. Okay, we are going to use all these two reference frames to express its position. Let's say this is point P and this point has a radial distance saying the vector r. Let's say this is the primary distance saying this is the vector r is the radial vector for the point P from the reference frame S. Okay, from the reference frame S. And also let's say that in the frame S dash the representation point, for example saying is the R dash. Okay, that could be the R dash from the origin O dash to the point P. Let's say this is R dash, this is the radial vector R and this is the radial vector R dash, or the displacement vector you can say. Well, if we have distance if these both frames are not coincided, okay, not initially, not in somewhere in the space, because we are not going to talk about the motion, because according to our assumption all these two frames are stationary, they have a fixed position and the point P also has a fixed position. So for this point P we will gonna transform our representation from the point from the reference frame S to the S dash. Let's say these two frame has a particular distance O to O dash. For example, let's say this is R naught is the radial vector which tells us the distance between the origins of the primary frame of reference and the secondary frame of reference. Okay, so within both these two frames. Now what kind of relation we are going to through? First of all, let me go through the transformation definition. How will you define the transformation? Means when you can say that if the transformation exists or the transformation is applied or the transformation is not applied or not exist. Okay, let me define it here. First we shall define the transformation, saying the equation describing the equations describing the relation of same event happened at any instant. It means it is a relation, simply it is a relation you can say happened at any instant in two different reference frames reference frames are called transformation equations. Transformation equations. Well, the same event has been happened within both of these frames, and then it is termed as the transformation, you can say. For example, this point P, certainly you can consider it as a point, or you can consider it as an event if it is happening. Let's say those equations which describing the relations, yes, the equations which describing the relation of same event happened at any instant. It means that event can be happened at any instant of time, maybe right now or maybe after some time. It's certainly considered as a torch flash or some sort of any other example you can take yourself. For the two different reference frames is called the transformation equations. Okay, when we are going to give a relation between these two frames, then this is called the coordinate transformation, or those equations which are going to describe these transformations are called the transformation equations. Okay, so let's find out for this particular example. For example, if you can see the transfer equation for reference frame involving translations. Yes, these two frames which are involving translations here, because they have a distance from each other, saying this is the particular distance r naught within these two frames. Let's say the position vector the distance of origins, or simply you can say the distance between the frames, saying which is the O dash, and you have represented it with the symbol R naught vector, because R naught represents here the origin radial vector or the displacement vector for the origins of both of these two frames. Okay, so this is all what happened here. Well, for the point P also, R vector represents the position vector, R vector represents the position vector for the point P in the frame S, and R dash here it represents the position vector for the point P in the frame S dash. So now we are subjected to find out the relation between R dash and R naught. Okay, we will going to find out the relation between this one and this one, and again this one, because all these three are subjected to the displacement vector. So we will gonna find out a relation between these radial vectors. So what kind of relation we could have? Let's see. If we consider all this, if we consider that all these distances are infinitesimal, if we say that all these distances are very much small, so we can consider this particular line saying R naught plus R dash as a linear line, as a line which has no bends there, no curve there. Okay, so we can say that R vector could be equal to R naught vector plus R dash vector. This could happen. Yes, surely this could happen, because we have discussed all these things in our previous lectures, saying where we have discussed about how these things will happen. But we are subjected to find out R dash here, because R dash is the secondary transformation. Okay, so what should be the value of R dash here? R dash should be equals to R vector minus R naught vector. Okay, this is R dash. Well, let's say this is equation 1. So equation 1 here gives you the transformation equation of displacement. Yes, this is the transformation of displacement. Let me say this equation is the transformation of displacement. Yes, this equation here, this equation 1 gives you the transformation of displacement. Well, we got the transformation of displacement here. So by now we will try to get the transformation of velocity here. Yes, this is the time for us to find out the transformation of velocity, and then we will find out the transformation of acceleration. So what should be the transformation of velocity? The rate of change of displacement, and the rate of change means it will gonna change with respect to time. Yes, the rate should be changed with respect to time. So differentiating equation 1 with respect to time t. So what it will become? It will become saying the dr dash over dt is equals to dr over dt minus dr naught over dt. Yes, this is it. But one thing here is, we have assumed earlier, when we started our example, that the distance between these two frames, let's say the distance between O and O dash, the distance here, we have assumed that this is a constant quantity. Yes, we have assumed that the both of the frames remains invariant under any kind of translations or in conditions of transformation, because both of these are assumed to be constant. And let's say how does all this will become, what does it up to? It is up to having this value equals to 0, because every time the derivative of a constant quantity must approach to 0. So what it will be equals to? So then it will equals to, saying dr dash, you say that it is at u dash here representing the velocity, u dash is equals to u vector so this is the transformation. Let's say this is equation 2. So by now if you can see that equation 2 gives us the transformation of velocity. This is the transformation of velocity. Equation 2 is the transformation of velocity. So now what remains is, the remaining is the transformation of acceleration, and for the transformation of acceleration we will gonna find out, we will gonna derivate again equation 2, differentiate equation 2 with respect to time t, and then we will have our transformation of acceleration, the rate of change of velocity, the rate of change of velocity, saying differentiating equation 2 with respect to time t. So what it will be, so what it will up to, du dash over dt is equals to du over dt, and you know that all these positions should not be consisting of constant, because point P could be anywhere, it can move either in this side or in that side, but the distance between all these frames remains constant, so velocity should not be constant here. So this will be equals to a dash is equals to a. This is equation 3. And if you see here, and if you remember the lecture first, or if you have watched the lecture first, then you know that what does this means. Okay, can you see here? Yes, you can see what does this equation 3 means. This is the transformation of acceleration. This is the transformation of acceleration. Well, we have find out the transformation equations properly. Now what do we have? We have the transformation of displacement, we have the transformation of velocity, and the transformation of acceleration. So what do we conclude from all these translations, because we are talking about the frames of reference involving translations. Yes, the frame having involving frames of reference involving translation. Translation means if one frame moves to a particular side, or one frame moves in a direction, then the second frame will move with the same velocity in the same direction. It means that the distance between these two frames will always remain constant. So what do we conclude from all this calculation? We conclude that if two frames of reference which are involving translations, then the equations of transformations, then the equation of transformation for the displacement will have this particular value, but the velocity and the acceleration will remains the same. Yes, the velocity and acceleration will remain the same, but the displacement is not the same within both of these two frames. Okay, we concluded that the transformation of displacement is different for these frames, but the transformation of velocity and the transformation of acceleration will have the same values. What does it have in the primary frame and then in the secondary frame? So the secondary frame and the primary frame have same values for the transformation of acceleration and velocity, but they do not have the same values, or the values may vary when we are talking about the transformation of displacement. Okay, so let me be aside, you can take a screenshot, then we will proceed further. Okay, so I hope that you are done with the screenshot. So let me clear this off and then we will proceed further for our second example. I don't think so that we need it any longer. Well, within this example, we have some certain changes for both of these frames. I think I must clear this off and then we will draw it again. Okay, last time we have two frames of reference which are involving translation, but this time we have frames of reference which have uniform relative motion with each other. So, let's find out. Reference frames having uniform relative motion. Reference frames having uniform relative motion. Okay, so first we should draw our two reference frame. First one is the primary reference frame. Let's say this is the primary reference frame. This is our primary reference frame, saying which is the S frame. This is the origin O, and then we are going to draw our secondary reference frame here. Yes, this is the secondary reference frame, saying the axes are X dash, Y dash, and Z dash. Well, these are our two reference frames, saying this one is the S dash, which is the secondary reference frame. Well, this example looks pretty much similar than to the example we have discussed earlier, but here it has some changes over there. The changes are like that this secondary frame of reference has some kind of motion, some sort of relative motion to the primary frame. And the motion is explained in the sense, you can consider this frame is moving, saying a particular velocity v in some sort of any certain direction, and this is O dash, and the displacement vector for these is again r naught dash, just r naught. Okay, we have any event saying this is the point P, which has position vector from primary frame saying r vector, and position vector from secondary frame saying r dash vector. Okay, well, we do not go through all those deep concepts, but we will go through the mathematics here. Let's jump into the mathematics, saying that according to us, both of these reference frame initially when time t is equals to 0. Here is new concept introduced, which is saying that when t is equals to 0, when time t is equals to 0, we can consider that these two frames are having a same origin, saying that O and O dash overlap each other, but within the time, when the time changes, the displacement increasing, saying r naught is the displacement at any instant, saying time t is equals to t1 or some sort of saying time t is equals to t. Okay, at any instant the distance is r naught, and we will gonna discuss the instant when the distance is r naught. Okay, so let's find out. You remember the equations last time we have discussed, saying the transformation of displacement, saying the transformation of displacement. Yes, there is some transformation. If you remember the last article we have discussed here, then you remember that we have talked about, if you remember the last equation here, saying r vector is equals to r dash vector plus r naught vector, and this implies that yes, let it be this kind, saying that we are not changing here. So what do we have? We are going to discuss R dash, because R dash remains invariant, R remains invariant, but the thing changes is the R naught. Yes, the thing which will change is the R naught. R naught will vary here, keep it in mind. Well, what kind of variations we have? Saying that R dash vector is R vector minus R naught vector, but if you remember the last article, the remaining article which we have discussed in the 8th class or maybe in the 9th class, if you remember, displacement is equals to velocity into time, because velocity is equals to displacement upon time. If you remember the formula here, saying that velocity is equals to distance upon time, so distance must be equals to velocity into time. Okay, we have given that the frame S dash or the secondary frame is moving with the velocity v with respect to the primary reference frame. So the velocity is v here and the time is t here, and distance d saying is r naught here. Okay, so we will gonna replace r naught with this value. Okay, I hope that you do not go through any kind of confusions. Okay, so r dash will equals to r vector minus vt. Velocity v is again a vector quantity. Okay, so r dash vector is equals to r vector minus vt. Okay, but the velocity of particle, again this is the vt, so this is the transformation equation for displacement, saying this as the equation 1, and this is the transformation equation of displacement. Well, we have discussed that this is the transformation of displacement. So now we are subjected to calculate the transformation of velocity. So let's find out what will be the value of transformation of velocity. Okay, so let's find out here.